In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a simple motion sensor video game using Scratch. So I'm going to start off in a new web browser and I'm going to go to the Scratch website. So I can either enter in the Scratch address up here or I can just type Scratch down into my search bar and it'll be the first one that appears. Now, if I have login details from my school, I can click on this sign in button and just enter those in here. Usually your computer will remember them, so they might already be there and you can click sign in. If you do not have login details, that's okay. You can still create the game by just clicking on the big create button over here in the top left-hand corner of the page. Now, once I'm in Scratch, I'm going to start by first adding on my extension blocks, which is my Scratch, where my video sensing blocks are. So they actually exist underneath this. See if I can move that. There we go. Underneath the there, so and this blue square at the bottom here, and you can see when I hover over it, it says add extension. So I'm going to click on that add extension, and I'm going to find the third one across on the first line, which is called video sensing. So what will happen is I'll now have a series of blocks that open up that are video sensing blocks, and here they are here. And you can see when those blocks open up, my webcam automatically clicked into gear and opened up. So now you can see me as the background reflection of the stage or backdrop in Scratch. So I'm going to start by obviously putting in an event block. So we cannot code anything in Scratch without an event block. So I'm going to go over to the left-hand side, find the yellow dot called events and click on that. And I'm going to take the first block, which is when green flag clicked, and pick it up, drag and drop it on the screen. Now, what I want to happen is I want my cat to move in the direction of my hand, and I want him to continually do this. So I want him to loop this or do it forever. So I'm going to need a control block to control how often something happens in my code. And in this case, it's forever. So I'm going to find the forever block, which is that one there. I'm going to pick it up, drag and drop it underneath there. Now, what I want my cat to do is point in the direction of my hand, and my hand is going to be picked up using the motion sensor on my webcam or on my computer. So you can see my hand waving in the air there. So I want the cat to follow my hand. So I want him to point in direction. So I'm going to need a move block to find or to give him that instruction. So I click on the move and I find the one that says point in direction 90. And I pick that one up, drag and drop it inside my forever block. So you can see at the moment it says forever point in the direction of 90. So if I was to run this code now, the cat would just always point in a direction of 90 degrees or 90 pixels. But I want him to actually point in the direction of the video from my webcam, and I want that to control the direction that he moves. Okay, so there's a few things happening there. So in order to give him that specific instruction of follow the hand or point in the direction of the hand that you find on the video, I'm going to need to use these new blocks that we've just included, the video sensing blocks. So I'm going to click on those down here and I'm going to look at this second one here. And this one says video motion on sprite. So that's the one that I need. So I'm going to pick that up, I'm going to drag and I'm going to drop it inside where the 90 is. So it kind of pastes over the 90. Now I want the cat to move in the direction of my hand. So the direction of the video, okay, which is my hand. So I'm going to change this motion option to direction, and I want the sprite to do that. So if I press play now, you can see the cat kind of moves around based on the direction of my hand moving. It's this kind of going a bit crazy. So it's going to go a bit crazy. Okay, so next, I want it to move for a number of steps. So now I'm going to use this move 10 steps and I'm going to change 10 to 5. So I want it to move 5 steps in the direction So the last thing we're going to include in our code is an if on edge bounce block. So if I test this out at the moment, you can see that my cat is following my hand, but if it gets on the edge, it kind of goes off the screen, okay? And I don't really want him to do that. I want him, if he gets to the edge, to kind of bounce off and move somewhere else on the page. So in order to get him to do that, I need a if on edge bounce block, which is another move block. So I'm in the right menu. I've just got to scroll down and you can see it's there, if on edge bounce, and I can pop that inside. So now when I test it out, you can see that if he goes to the edge, he doesn't actually kind of go off screen. He just walks along the edge. And now I've made my motion sensor game. See how you go. See if you can make one too. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Bye. Say bye.